Hello and welcome back with me, Hamza Shaikh. We are here with the winner of RIBA Stirling Prize 2022, Niall McLaughlin, who's won the Stirling Prize this year for the new library at Magdalene College. A massive congratulations to you, Niall.
Thank you very much.
I must start with a generic question, and Simon mentioned it. He said, 5 times lucky. How does it feel to be the winner?
It feels quite strange in this moment, I have to say, because you're sitting at a table with your whole team, the people who made the building with you, the builder, the engineers, your client, your team from the office, and you're all sitting there in a circle waiting for this piece of news. And as soon as you receive it, you're whisked away into this place, and I'm wondering, what are they doing? What are they thinking? So it's a very strange thing, because a building is not made by a person. A building is made by a huge group of people, and I feel like I'm standing for them in this moment, and I feel incredibly proud.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and I must say again, congratulations. It seemed like such a remarkable project. The attention to detail is something I must say you're famous for, your practice is famous for, the high quality design. I must ask about that as well. How do you approach projects with such high level of detail, and how important is that for you?
Well, the first thing I do is to employ amazing people, and there's a woman called Claire McMenamin who is my project architect, a young career architect who took that project and she held every single bit of it in her head for years. And Tim Allen Booth, I think it's his 2nd or 3rd time being shortlisted for the Stirling Prize. He's one of the guys in my office, and he looks after that control of quality. And what I'm allowed to do is to go away and have much more relaxed conversations, because I know that they're holding every single detail of a building in their head. And so that sense of control of detail is seen as being a personal aspect, but it's actually part of a culture. And we were really, really lucky with the builder that we had, because that was a difficult building to build. To build load-bearing brickwork with lime mortar, where everything is on show, it required a builder to show extraordinary dedication. And it's important to remember that it was a design and build contract where we, on the second half, as students will realize, were employed by the builder. And the builder was our client. And the way that they treated us and the project through that whole process made it a real pleasure to work on, because they wanted that quality as much as we did.
That's amazing. And that's amazing. It shows the importance of who you team up with your builders, and how much of an important role the builders actually play in there as well. On the topic of extremely high quality design, you also mentioned in your winning speech just now, stress. We have a lot of viewers, students, young professionals watching, and I think it's an amazing thing that you mentioned stress, and I want to know, because as you mentioned, high quality comes with high stress. How do you deal with that stress as a practice, and at the same time, what's the kind of the broader message for a field which deals with so much stress?
In my opinion, there are issues around architectural culture, around the construction industry, and certainly there have been in architectural education as well, in which we as a community have not managed the stress of all of our stakeholders well enough. And I think it's something that we need to think about very carefully, because everybody coming to learn, or everybody coming to work in an office, or to go out to a building site, needs to feel as though they can do their job well, and when they do that job well, that they will be respected and appreciated for it. And it's something that we owe to each other to improve that culture. And I think that one of the things that I'm finding interesting is that that change may be now being driven by younger architects, by students, by younger career architects who are saying, this can be different, we can imagine this in a different way, and certainly it's something that I would very strongly support.
Can I ask you, what would be your advice to all the young professionals and students watching? How should they navigate and deal with this stress?
Well, I think there are 2 kinds of stress. There's something that I would call performative stress, which is when you want to do something really well, and you're internally stressed because you want to do it well, and it can be a positive thing. And there are other forms of stress where you feel that the task you're doing at the moment has not been set up in a particular way, or that you're under stress in ways that you can't control. And I think we need to make a distinction between the 2. Everybody from a student in first year through to an older career architect should be asking themselves, because stress in many ways helps us to do things really well, but there are other aspects of stress that I think we need to think about carefully. And I think that I find that my students and the architects in my office are asking to work in places where they can celebrate their creativity and not feel under pressure.
Niall, thank you so much, and thank you for mentioning that. I think the community will appreciate that. And once again, a massive congratulations for being this year's Stirling Prize winner. That was Niall McLaughlin.